it's just become a, it's just become part of their way of
Doug,
life.
there was a provision in that bill that says that some, woman driving down Bel Air Drive, yakking away, nearly killing somebody.
Right.
The police couldn't stop her just for that. There had to be another infraction, that expired license plate, a broken taillight, before they can stop. Why did they do that? That sort of defeats the purpose.
It's funny. There's people who are firm and want to really create a lot of accountability in the law, and then there's people who are forgiving. And it seems that the forgiving ones seem to have the majority in both the Senate and the House. You talked to me about that interlock device for drunk drivers. Yeah. It seemed to me the Senate supported it. I've supported it every time. Yeah. And it died in the House. And you'd think it would be something that the average person would say, yeah, we want to curtail drunk drivers.
Drunk driving incidents is horrendous.
The gang bill that went through, there was a lot of acrimony around that. And the thing is, in 2007, the bill that we passed, there hasn't been a single conviction with that gang bill.
Really?
So
Not a single conviction?
Yeah, so that's why, and Delegate Levi needs to get some support on that. She really championed that bill, but she was constantly fighting off amendments that would weaken the bill. So there is this sense of what I call forgiveness on one side and accountability on the other, and, that's, I guess, where the compromise is. So I hear what you're saying, but, I think that would have died,
completely.
So the gang bill, it has some teeth left, and
it has some teeth,
and it's going to be signed.
Right, it will be.
And it may help. But they took that one case in Crofton, which was a minor. I mean, it's bad to have some kids beaten up, and they were gang people.
Right.
But it's my understanding that there's some evidence of gangs in Bowie.
Oh, there's we get a fiscal note with every bill, which kind of summarizes and gives you how much money it's going to cost. And the fiscal note in the gang bill said that there are 600 active gangs in Maryland with 11,000 members.
Wow.
So it certainly touches Bowie.
Yeah.
And,
Sure does.
and we need to get tougher on it.
Well, I've got to make a comment there, and I've always been quite concerned about an attorney who represents people that have broken a law that they signed or didn't sign in. And I wonder if I'm sure as an elected official, whether you're an attorney or a farmer or a business person, you thinking above that. It's not who my customers are or clients are,
Right.
but it's what I am doing here in the state assembly. But there has been an occasional opportunity for people to, and you can look back on all the records, and there's a few people in the county over the years, and I won't mention names, that really got heavy on certain crime bills. And it had to be with 89% of their customers clients were in that business.
Right.
So it can happen. I don't want to talk names.
Why not?
Well,
Come on. Talk
because
names.
I don't have the proof right in front of me. I do have one senator here that works for the Montgomery County Education Association, that's in Prince George's County. So I want to mention that. But he helped this reform bill.
Well, that's right there in print.
Yeah, and it's right there. And I don't want to. But the other guy I won't mention, but it's not just election year that he has had some pretty big influence. Who would be the greatest, probably the oldest senators in your district? I mean, in the county, your district, 23rd, all the other districts. One of the oldest, Valerio is one of the oldest?
He's a delegate.
No, he's delegate.
Right,
that's
so he's on the House side. The oldest senator, I think, is probably Senator Stone. He's been there for 43 years.
Wow.
43 years, which is amazing.
That is amazing.
He's actually the one that put through the cell phone bill. He carries a lot of weight in judiciary. He's been the former chair, and he handles a lot of these bills. We got a lot of sexual predator bills through, tightening that. He was the lead on that. He's just, you can bring something up and he can go back 30 years and go, well, when we put that in then, this is, you know what I mean? It's like impossible to argue with somebody like that, when they can bring back some historical.
We're drawing down to the passing minutes, and I'd like to get your observations, but we both would like to hear your observations on the approaching election.
Ah, okay.
We've got 3.5 million candidates for county executive.
Right.
There's a couple of thousand candidates for district for House of Delegates.
Right.
Don't know if you have any challenge for state Senate, but I'm sure you probably will have.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Are you looking forward to this?
Well, you know, given the current state of where we are right now, we're going to have a new District 6 County Council person, which represents South Bowie and that area. Sam Dean is running for County Executive. We're going to have a new state's attorney. We're going to have a new sheriff. Both of those are,
have a new county
are
executive?
running or have run, or we're going to have a new county executive. We're going to have 5 new council members. We're going to have at least 3 new Board of Education members based on the elected board realignment. And so, you know, experience is going to be really important. So I'm going to run on, you know, my 12 years at the city, county, and state.
Yes.
And, you know, the other thing is the park and planning bill we talked about. There's no way I could have put that bill together if I didn't have that experience, knowing how park and planning operates in the county.
Well, if I may be presumptive, and believe me, very few people have ever heard this come from me, but you've done a sterling job in all capacities.
Well, I appreciate it. I think it's because
Give me the money now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's because I started, you know, with the city and learned and moved up, you know, and have the experience. But so the experience is going to be important. The people who are running, you know, what experience do they have, and can they hit the ground running? Because that's really key. And so this is going to be probably the largest turnover in the history of the county.
Oh, no,
Absolutely. And some in the state, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your experience, and you know, you just can't replace that. I've got to mention in our last minute here, a lot of people just come out of the box and are not prepared to get in there.
Right.
It'd be a shame to lose your past experience in that position, particularly if there's going to be some new people in the state.
Well, yeah, I'm just going to run on my record and my relationships with the city and the county, and the chips will fall where they may, but I'm going to work hard.
Oh, you are. I suppose you will probably have the perennial candidate who should go nameless, who shows up here every 4 years and jumps up and down on Route 197 with signs saying "Vote for me."
Yeah, I haven't seen anybody file yet. So you know, and in fact, there's a lot of county executive candidates who have not filed. I think there's only 2 that have filed: Delegate Levi and Sheriff Jackson. Other than that, technically they haven't filed.
Yeah,
so
but they will.
They have until July 6th, I think.
Yeah. Well, we know one other will, Rushern, probably will, Baker.
Yeah.
And Dean.
Dean hasn't, nor has Tony Knotts.
Yeah.
So you know they're all kind of, you know, it's kind of the first round of a prize fight.
Well, that's it for another exciting program. It was nice to have you here.
You too.
And
appreciate it, Doug.
Good seeing you, Bert. Seeing you,
and
John.
well done in your legislative accomplishments for this year.
Thank you.
And you can hardly wait to get back next year, right?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
Thank you for tuning in, viewers. We look forward to seeing you again next week. Good night, good evening.